Happy Tuesday, Megan.
Happy Tuesday. I am in the car today because I have been out showing houses.
Very cool.
I was just at this house, and right before I left, I said to myself, let me go look at the air conditioner before I go. So I walked all around the property, and in the MLS, it says there's AC. So I'm walking all around the property because it's like single level units, and so they're attached, so you sometimes can't tell whose AC is, but I'm pretty sure I can't find an AC for this property.
Right.
So then I pull up the MLS again, and it says yes, there's AC, and it's not like a flat roof where it could be up on the roof somewhere. So I call the agent, and they don't answer. Surprise. So then I text them, and I said, hey, where's the AC? And they said, it's cool ocean breezes.
That is hilarious. I love to see that line of questioning in the courtroom. That'd be hilarious.
I know. It's like, people don't realize, especially after the last 3 weeks we've had here, AC is like non-negotiable. I mean, I know they can put it in themselves, but you know, when you're looking at remodeling bathrooms and kitchens, now I'm going to add the AC. Jeez. I'm kind of speechless on that one. That's not an argument you're going to win. Yeah. So
yes, you have ocean breezes.
I sent a screenshot of the MLS to the agent, and I'm like, you know, I circled where it says AC. I'm like, you talk for a second, because it's like, that's a little strange to me. Anyway, so you have a very, very good topic for this week, so I'm going to be quiet and let you tell us about it.
Yeah, so you know what, we both talk to a lot of home buyers all the time, and we gotta kind of get in our head what the difference is in terms of net worth and value of owning a home versus being a renter, right? There's a huge gap there. And so, you know, oftentimes I'll talk to a buyer, just say for an example, let's say someone's paying, you know, $3,000 a month in rent. They're kind of in their mind equating, okay, they want to get a house payment close to rent. That sounds great on paper, but we know you just can't really get a $3,000 house payment these days unless you have a huge down payment. That's not typically going to happen. So they get stuck in their head that, okay, I want to keep my payment close to rent, when they could really buy a house, a nice house, and not be a renter anymore, probably around $4,000, $4,200 a month, depending upon the deal, right? Maybe less, right? And so there's a huge gap, right? And so the gap in terms of net worth for a typical homeowner versus a renter, the net worth of a homeowner is about $254,000 typically. This is national, not just our area. Versus the net worth of a renter
in our area, about 2.7 million.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Just kidding.
Yeah, seems that way though, right? And versus for a renter about $6,200. So there's a huge gap there in net worth, right? And so what I think what home buyers have to really get their head around, compared to being a renter, when you are a homeowner, when you're making that payment, let's say it's $4,000 a month, you're not paying a landlord, you're paying down your own mortgage, you're paying down and building equity in your own asset, right?
Right.
So you have two things in play there. You have you're paying down your mortgage and building equity, and you've got future appreciation on your home and building equity, net worth, right? And so because your mortgage is a fixed rate payment, we know for sure that rent rates are going up, not down.
Oh my gosh,
right?
yeah.
So with someone in that example, if they're paying $3,000 in rent, if they want to continue being a renter and compare being a renter versus a homeowner, guess what's going to eventually happen? We know what's going to happen, right? They're going to eventually have almost the same payment in rent that they could have bought the house for, if they wait long enough, right? Eventually.
Plus, when you're a renter, you have zero control over what's going to happen in your living situation. Exactly. Rentals we're dealing with right now where, you know, the tenants, you know, they don't want to, you know, accommodate when we need to come in there and this kind of thing. And it's like, you know, it's like as a landlord, I'm required to not me, it's not my tenants, but it's, to give you notice, and, that's all that the landlord needs to do. It's like, you're giving up a lot of control when you don't own where you live.
True. No, there's no doubt about that. I mean, a landlord decides to sell their home. There's so much that can happen that you just cannot control. And if you look at the value or the rate of appreciation the last couple of years, especially, it came out this morning, the latest survey, the Case Shiller Home Survey of appreciation, which is kind of like the Bible, if you will, the textbook of what the real rate of appreciation is. Nationwide, just over 18% in the last 12 months, nationwide. Some areas of the country are pushing 25, 26%.
Wow, 18%.
So what does that, yeah, 18%, right?
So what's 8%? Let's see, the average house now around here is probably like 750. Do you have your calculator?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what's
you.
750 times 18%?
$135,000, just like that.
In 1 year. I believe it.
In 1 year. Yeah.
Like last year in Fullerton, we could get a
Mhm.
house for like 750. Now, good luck. You gotta spend at least 850, 900. So I think that survey is correct.
It is correct. And I have a history of doing this for so many years. We've dealt with so many different situations, and we had buyers, 2 or 3 years ago and saying, I don't think the market's overpriced, we should wait. And they didn't wait. They ended up buying a house. And not, and I'm preaching to the choir, but we know for absolute fact, there's not one buyer that we've sold a house to in the last 5 years that said that was a bad choice. That was kind of dumb. They're thinking they're happy. They've got lots of equity and their payments are low now compared to paying rent.
Right.
So there's that gap we're talking about.
That's definitely a concerning gap,
Yeah.
It is. People, buy something somewhere.
You just got to get into a house. And look, there's no perfect house. I think we can agree on that. I wish there was, but you got it. But good is good enough. Get in, right?
I mean, if it checks like 6 or 7 out of 10 boxes, then, and you've been looking for months and you haven't found anything better, than the universe is trying to tell you something.
Right, for sure, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, good, Rick. That's really solid advice. Let's share it with everybody. And if you're paying rent and you want to know how much it would cost you to buy a house and have a similar house, but you want to know what the payment would really be, you can just message us and Rick can figure that out for you. No problemo, no pressure. We're not like that. So
yeah, for sure. Awesome.
Right. Thanks, Rick. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Megan. See ya. Bye.